budget that I think we're going to have to work with that day to at least feed volunteers. We're planning on getting maybe some hot readies or something like that. And you know, certainly if anybody came to us and said, hey, can I have a slice of that pizza? We're obviously, they can have a slice. I get a slice.
I wouldn't even go into that. You know, in most cleanups, I was involved in a few. Most of them, they just deal with the hot dogs. And maybe a volunteer might go and get a piece of whatever, but that's of their choice. But at least you got something for the people. You know, I have a
we're not, you know, Michigan Liberation looks out for our people. That's all I can say about that. And you know, if anybody comes to us and we have food, I mean, we've been at various, you know, I mean, when we're out there canvassing, whatever. I mean, one example I remember was on Halloween. We were meeting in that parking lot at City Drugs right across from the police station there, and the police were doing a candy, you know, a trick or treat or trunk or treat, and there was a line. It must have been 200-300 people over there. And we were all in our trunks with our clipboards and our literature and everything, cleaning up at the end of the day, having our debrief meeting. And one of these moms saw, you know, 4 or 5 cars over here across the street with trunks open. She came over and asked, are we doing a trunk or treat? Well, guess what? We weren't doing a trunk or treat until she asked that. Yeah. Because it just happens that we had a bunch of Halloween candy that the boss gave us to eat and you know, for the canvassers. But I'm sitting here with 2 bags, you know, 2 5-pound bags of Halloween candy in my trunk. And there's a mom with 3 kids here asking, you know, can she, of course we're having a trunk or treat. So all of a sudden, about 15 cars flooded in. They took all the candy and we were done for the day. You know, we're not here trying to, you know, somebody wants to, even if you're not going hungry, if you're, you know, whatever. We're here to share the wealth.
Oh, but listen, Pat, I wasn't really, I was just saying, in the plan for this cleanup day, the 2 days, what we can have. I would never turn anybody that wants something that I have and don't give it to them. You understand where I'm coming from? So I'm just talking about something we can have, and maybe Mike can get it donated to us. We're not turning down nothing, but to have that, and for certain, make sure that the churches know in the area that we're going to work at what the Liberation is planning on doing in their area, and then put on the flyer what we're about and all this kind of stuff. You know, on the flyer.
We got a kind of team working on the flyers. Okay. I do want to do a time check here. We're down to about 15 minutes left in this meeting. I'd like to move into talking about next steps, if that's okay. I think that the immediate next step is get a location, specific blocks that we're going to be working on.
That'll be got today or tomorrow.
Across Harper, maybe over by Longview on those streets. Demetrius, if you could go over there and check that out, or anybody else who's on this call, if you have suggestions as to blocks that you feel need our attention for this cleanup, please, you know, this is the time to speak up.
I'll look off into that today.
I'm sorry, Demetrius?
He said he would look into that today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Associated with it is a board outside, you know, so that we know the community, that we can have your city.
Exactly. Another next step, Lewis, I know you've been very engaged in this call. I would love to have you continue engaging with us, and you know, if you wouldn't mind sharing your contact info, we'll be happy to reach out and you know, connect with you, let you know, you know, further meetings. I mean, we meet here on this Zoom link every Wednesday at noon, from noon to 2. So you're welcome to join us. We'd love to be in regular contact in committee meetings as well if you're interested, and Katrina, I extend that invitation to you as well. Also, I believe everybody who's in the room at the Samaritan Center signed in already, so I think we have your contact info. Again, you know, we can't do this work on our own without you. And we certainly appreciate your input, your feedback, your suggestions. And you know, we've taken all this into our notes, and I see a hand up over there. Is that Maxine?
It's me. Listen, we have a name on here. You want our phone numbers so you can text us? By
That
our
would be
name?
great. Phone number, email, whatever your preferred method of contact is.
Okay.
Do you want us to put it in that here, the information?
Yeah, you can put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to next steps. First off, we're getting the location. Second, we are reaching out to Mr. Was it Rodney Liggins? About specifically what supplies we need. Prior to doing that, though, we're going to look into previous cleanup efforts and just copy their list of supplies basically, just to make sure we don't miss out on anything. And also, we're going to discuss with the org possibility of hosting some sort of food drive in conjunction with churches or other nonprofits who specialize in that. Did anybody else have any next steps that you want to make sure get included? That's about all I've got. Does anybody else have anything to add? Final thoughts you want to?
Noziel?
No, you can just go ahead and review, so did you just review everything?
I'm just finishing, I'm wrapped up.
Well, I kind of just review the next steps, but yeah, I'm happy to go back through the notes. If you all would like, I'll be gladly screen share them and just just go over with all the participants in this meeting, make sure that I've captured the spirit of the meeting effectively.